It's Greg. Time for another tunnel take. Greetings. This is Sir Gregory von Tunnelton III, and I beseech you to join me for another Tunnelton take. And don't be took by the tunnel take. It has been betooken. Ahoy! Greg? Tunnel take. Hello, everybody. My name is Ed. I'm in my armchair, and the smoking lamp is lit. And guess what I'm smoking today? Look at this guy. My new favorite pipe. Whoa! Meerschaum? I love it. And kind of why it was so interesting to me, let me explain. Because here is one of my favorite briars. Like twins, you know? This is a Costello. Remember? So nice, they named it twice. And when I first saw this, Andrew, Southern Piper, was smoking it. Gosh, maybe over a year ago. And, Scoozy. And so I inquired about it. Where can I get it? He told me what the company was. Couldn't find it. I was obsessed with this pipe. I just really wanted one. So anytime I had an odds and end chance, I'd start going through Meerschaum pipes, trying to find it. Couldn't find it. The company that this came from, they didn't have this pipe anymore. I was sad. Anywho, I contacted Andrew again, talking about this pipe. And he said he was going to gift this to me. It's like, holy mackerel. Talk about generosity of the YTPC. Just loved it. And I just got this a couple days ago. Well, actually yesterday. I've smoked it a couple times, so that's why it seems like longer. But that wasn't all. Now I'm sitting here thinking, this is so incredible. He didn't want anything for it. He was gifting it to me. And I will be paying this forward. And I thought, this was so generous. So, what did he do? Not only this pipe, tobacco. This is what I'm smoking now. Half and half. First time I've ever had half and half. And I do have a fair amount of the codger blends. As I've said, my grandfather smoked Prince Albert. And I've had this. In fact, I did the 1 month challenge with that. But I never had this. And I couldn't understand what was going on because it's half and half. What I figured out is half of it is tobacco and the other half is tobacco. Why didn't they just call it tobacco? I'm still confused, but I like it. I like it a lot. But that's not all. Look at this. Salami. Salami. Nah, salami. Talk about, this is one I've never had. But that's not all. American Delight. Isn't that amazing? I've never had this either. What generosity, what a kind heart, what a nice guy. Oh, you gotta love him. So thank you, Andrew. But there's more. This about, again, the YTPC. I did, it wasn't a giveaway. As you may know, my favorite tobacco, and has been for close to 30 years now, Philosopher from Tinderbox. And I mentioned that in a video. Also mentioned it being Lee Van Cleef's favorite tobacco. And actually, for no reason, I decided, let's give away some. A lot of people have talked about it, but it's not a common tobacco. I mean, it's readily available, but because it's only from Tinderbox. And you can only buy it at a half pound at a time. And I was going to get some more anyway. I was due. So I said, anybody that would like to try Philosopher, send me an email with your address. I'll send you some Philosopher. One of those people was Jose from Texas. Jose, pipe smoker, golfer, smoker, piper. He's a golfer. He asked for some, and I've been in contact with him for quite a while. So he was one of the ones that wanted some back. And I sent him what I considered a fairly generous amount. About 2 ounces. Everybody got some. And I did say, but I don't want anything for this. If you feel the need, pay it forward. Hopefully. But Jose doesn't listen to what I say. And here's what he sent me also. First, get this one over with quick. He knows I love keychains. Look at this leather keychain. Is that beautiful? That'll be going on the wall behind me. But he sent me some tobacco. Let's just say Sambuca. But look how much it is. I had to take it in one of the bigger jars because the smaller ones wasn't big enough. So that's more than twice what I sent, but more. Chocolate Supreme. Look at that. Black coffee. Now, all three of these I've never had. I've already smoked some, but this is a sleeper. I like this. Well, I liked them all. But this one was a very pleasant surprise. He also sent me a few other things. I'm just going to say, what a group of people we have. You gotta love it. Also, as you may know, I'm a veteran. My dad was a veteran. In England, he was a mechanic on B-17s. And my mom was a veteran. And she worked out of Fresno. Both of them for the duration of the war. And then they got married upon the war in Europe was over with. And my dad finally got his first leave ever. They got together, got married. But the amount of people that are just saying stuff for Veterans Day, I like it. So thank you. And finally, a little giveaway. Scoundrel stuff. It's giveaway. This one's kind of cool. Well, unless you're a presenter, it's kind of cool. Because he only wants a VR. That's okay. Because that's what I do. And he is asking, which is kind of nice. A lot of the people, when they're having giveaways and stuff, are asking stuff that is get to know you a little bit better questions. His is a couple top hobbies that you may have that aren't pipe related. And I have a few, but I'll mention two of them. One actually both of them you should be able to figure out. One of them's kind of over with, except for the cleanup, for getting winterized, is my garden outside. My patio and the extra garden space. That is a new hobby for me in the sense of just a few years, mainly since I retired. At one time I did have a house in Colorado, but then ended up moving to the Denver in the city, and I was apartments and a condo for a while there. So I haven't had a garden, and I found myself really enjoying the actual gardening. My house, I planted a lot of trees and stuff like that, but never really had a garden, flower garden that I took care of. This is a new hobby for me, and I enjoy it. Since I moved to the new place, and that's 2 years ago, I'm finding myself learning out where I want to place things, what stuff I want. Quite relaxing to me. Now, I am an older person. I do have some leg problems, knees, And so can't spend like a day working on my garden. But during the summer, for the most part, I did a little something every day. And as I said, now it's kind of over with. Now it's the cleanup and preparing for next year. One hobby. The other one you have seen, you can see kind of if you just look behind me. This is just a small portion. I also have the slippery plank. I also have, basically Doc's room. That hobby, and I've had this I've always had an interest in this forever. And that is displays. Rearranging. I mean, you may see right there, those are cans or jars for tobacco. Okay? But they're in a case. They're amber jars, black tops to them. They look good. Put special labels on the front so that you could see it. There's more of them in the back here. And let's see if you can, you don't see much. My newest one over there. It's not good enough to just have good jars for the tobaccos. It's that they look good. They display well. And since even in high school, I had always constantly rearranging my room, put stuff on the walls, rearrange that. At one time, and you'll see some pictures of this later, quote, the slippery plank, my nautical bar that I had in my basement. And it was set up like a bar, because I was a bartender for a little bit too. I mean, kind of extra money bartender. When at work, I used to really enjoy just doing the displays that we had in our windows displays, or depending on which store I was at, whatever. I always enjoyed doing that. And of course, now I have the new slippery plank, nautical den, basically. And I realized that is kind of a hobby for me. Spend a tremendous amount of little dumb money on stuff that just make it look good. So anyway, that's mine for scoundrel stuff. Anyhow, I hope you like this. If you did, remember to hit that like button. If you don't like this, remember, you are not going to get to heaven. So may your smoking lamp always be lit. Take care out there.